Can you hear that? Yeah, I've got a window open. It's really warm in here. Freaking birds. Shut up, you bastards! But anyway, never mind. Sorry about that. Yeah. I am trying to cut down on the cursing, by the way. Don't worry about that. Okay, so that then, guys. Today, it's a comic book Carnage video. I'm trying it a little bit differently. I'm doing it with OBS. I don't have a mic here in front of my desk yet, so I don't have a mic here below the desk. Mic's here because I have a headset. Yeah. It's kind of not that good, but anyway, I've got a pile of comics behind me. Today is a catch-up video because I've not done a comic book Carnage video in a while because I've been doing gaming and stuff. And like, you know, let me know. Do you like the Modern Warfare walkthrough? Are you not that much of a fan of it? Would you rather I did more of this stuff? Like, you know, well, do you like the mixture? Because I enjoy doing the mixture, but if you guys don't like it, I'll just focus on more comics and I'll kind of put the gameplay on the back burner. But I know I have people who come here for music videos, people who come here for gameplay, and I have people who come here for comics. So, like, you know, if you're someone who comes here for the comics, don't worry. I've been taking a bit of a hiatus from that. I'm getting back to it now. I'll try and speckle them in a bit more. I mean, I've got half term off this week because I sorted it out with my boss in the college. So, yeah, I have a week free to do with what I wish. I'll probably spend a couple of days with friends, a couple of days recording, and a couple of days just chilling. Maybe a day editing, like if there's anything I needed to do that's editing. Because I should have a bit more time so I can do a bit more editing based things. But I still think I have that copyright strike on, and if it looks weird, it's because I've had to turn the brightness up because my webcam is not the best in the world. It's like a £10 webcam. I brought it off Amazon because I needed it for a Skype job interview, funnily enough. And I'm using OBS. Yeah, I've set it up so there's another version with gameplay in, and then there's another one with like just me talking to a webcam. And also this style has been inspired by The Real Comic Book Gamer. He's someone I like watching, I enjoy watching his content. And he's been doing a couple of videos like this, and I decided I wanted to give it a go. And also the comic book on the leg style that I've been doing sat over here was inspired by diversity in comics. So yeah, just a little bit of a chat there about where I got some of my inspiration from for some of the comic book stuff. The full story thing that I tried to do with Lost Days, but in the end couldn't be arsed with because of the amount of time it took. Like, that took me like 2 weeks to get that done. Like, editing it around my schedule back then, and it was just like, I didn't enjoy it. I thought, oh yeah, I like doing acting, I like doing voice acting, I love doing this. But I didn't, and like, ultimately what I think I needed to do was I needed to get a couple of different people doing the voices. Like, I don't know, I do the voice for Jason, and maybe somebody else does Raish, somebody else does Talia. We could have done that, but I didn't think about it. So if you want me to maybe get a band of friends together and we revise the way we do that, maybe look at doing that again. And if you want to see a newer comic done in that style, like, I don't know, maybe one of the ones we've got to talk about here today, we will maybe look at doing that for you. It depends. If it's DC, I have a digital issue, so getting a hold of the images isn't that much of a problem. But like some of the other stuff, it's a bit, yeah, okay. Also, while we're on the subject of DC, Red Hood and Outlaws I don't think is in this pile. No, it's not. Just a quick note on that. They're in between story arcs at the moment, so you've got a couple of filler issues. I must admit, they're building up to a story arc, I can tell, but it's, you've got a couple of filler issues, and they're like, did we really need this, or couldn't you have just jumped straight into the next story arc? Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, there are 2 DC comics I need to talk about today. No, 3 actually. 3 runs from DC, and I think like a couple from Marvel. Oh wait! I forgot a goddamn comic. I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot this bastard. I forgot this bastard. How could I forget my boy Johnny? My boy Johnny Blaze. How could I forget him? Jesus. There's something wrong with you, Josh. Something seriously wrong. Anyway. Let's start off with the first book I'm going to talk about, which is the most recent. I just got this Wednesday. No, Thursday. I went in Thursday. The thing is, I go in Thursday after college and pick them up the day after they come out. So, yeah. Issue 1 of Thrawn. This is actually the first Star Wars comic I bought in trades, and no, single issues instead of trades. And my god, did this thing give me a shock at the price point. Basically £5 for a single issue. My face was like that at the till, because what I did was I went in and I got these two further back. I got these two and I got Red Hood and Outlaws, so it came to about £11 for the 3 of those. I was like, what? I could have picked up a volume of New 52 Deathstroke for that much. Boy! Anyway, yeah, Thrawn, what did I think of Thrawn? I think, don't quote me on this because I haven't read the novel, but I think from what I've heard, it's going to be an adaptation of the Thrawn novel. I think. But if you've read the Thrawn novel, pick up the first issue, and like, if it isn't an adaptation of the Thrawn novel, still pick it up, but the first issue was basically setting Thrawn up as a character. Like, he's kind of like this insurrectionist on this planet. He's targeting Imperial troops, and he then kind of stows away on board a ship to get on board one of the Star Destroyers, and then he kind of he asks to lend his services to the Emperor, and he gets taken before the Emperor, and he says, "There's this threat in the unknown regions where I come from, and I can help you with that threat, as long as, for my service, when the time comes, you consider my people." Well, you know, that's what Thrawn asks of him, and the Emperor says to him, like, you know, "If I don't consider your people, who is your loyalty with, me or your people?" And Thrawn says to the Empire, of course. And like, it kind of sets Thrawn up, and he's made a lieutenant, and it's kind of like, it kind of shows how Thrawn works up here, and it's like, he's very tactical, very clever. He always thinks one step ahead. Like, you know, there's this bit where he gets assaulted for being, there's a whole thing where humans and non-humans don't get on, because in the CIS there was a lot of anti-human groups, and there's still a lot of tensions over that, and the humans as a consequence don't like the aliens, and this group of human cadets jump Thrawn and his interpreter, and they start trying to beat up on Thrawn, and like the interpreter like throws a bunch of sand in their face, and then Thrawn beats them down, and they run off, and that is actually a really cool sequence, by the way. I'm not going to show it here because it would spoil it. Like, just go and buy the book and read it through. I'm giving you a vague kind of thing on it, but it's like, I'm not telling you it word for word. It's like kind of a vague thing, but it's like, you know, it's still worth picking up, still worth reading. But it's hey ho, it's a Star Wars book that I actually didn't cringe at any of the characters in. Like, even his interpreter was actually a decent character. Like, you know, he's just a guy who wants to go work on the supply ships. He doesn't want to be some evil moustache twirling guy. And I don't have a moustache to twirl. Okay, I'm British, but I don't have a moustache to twirl. Okay, I need to get working on that. But Thrawn, good read. I actually enjoyed it. I brought this off of the cover art, and also look at how good these clone troopers are drawn here. And I also kind of like, in the books set before Episode 4, they're still using clone troopers, clone trooper armor for the Imperial forces, even though they're called stormtroopers. I do actually kind of like that they're still using, some of them are still using the old armor. I think it's actually really good. It's a nice attention to detail that you've got like old armor spurted in amongst the newer armor. Like it's more the other way though in Darth Vader, like the new Darth Vader run. From what I've read, they are pretty much mostly clone troopers. Whereas this, there's I think there's like a handful of clone troopers dotted around. From what I think anyway, but it's actually a really good book, and it's actually really well worth picking up. It's honestly, the next one comes out on the 14th of March. And I'm gonna pick this one up. This is gonna become one of my regular pickups because I enjoyed this. Like, you know, some of the Star Wars books lately just have me face palming. Like I hated Dr. Aphra in Darth Vader. Like, I know there's people that like her, but I'm just not a fan. It's just the character doesn't speak to me. You know, I mean, I kind of get the dynamic they're trying to go for. They're trying to go for, I imagine if you had the suited Starkiller and Juno and she didn't know it was him under the armor, I imagine that would pretty much be the same dynamic. Like this, Aphra even makes the comment, if you're gonna kill me, I'd prefer the lightsaber over being force choked. Like, even just, like, she's got her back to him and is like, if you're gonna kill me, I'd prefer you stab me through the back, like, you know, nice and quick, like, instead of you force choking me or throwing me out of an airlock or something. Like, you know, like, you kind of get the feeling that she's working with the character because she has to, and she doesn't really want to be there. But, I'm not a massive fan of Aphra as a character, but, you know, I mean, you know, I think, if you wanted to do that character, just, like, have Juno. Because she could have done the exact same thing Aphra did while having half a brain. I'm sorry, there's something about Aphra as a character that rubs me up the wrong way, and I can't put my finger on it. I mean, like, she's not Leia, she's not Padme, she's not Juno, she's not even Jen, Juno Rey. She's not even, like, all those characters have a level of competence, whereas, Aphra just seems like she's in it for the kicks and the giggles, and it's like, you're just thinking like, she tries to double cross Vader as well. I mean, like, she goes from being like, kind of, okay, I'm scared of this guy, I want to be done working here as quickly as possible, to straight up trying to double cross him, if my memory serves me correct. I read the 4 volumes of Darth Vader a while ago. If my memory is a little fuzzy, don't blame me. It's like they came out like early last year and ended in December, I think, with Vader Down. I need to pick up Vader Down and read that because it crosses in with all the other Star Wars books. But from what I've heard, Aphra wasn't very good in Screaming Citadel, and just I rolled my eyes every single time we went away from Vader to Aphra, because I'm like, I'm reading a Darth Vader book. If I wanted to read Aphra, I would go and buy the Aphra book. Give me more Vader. Give me what I came here to see. And I mean, like, the bits when in that run when Vader was on panel, he was good. I mean, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I went in there wanting a pure Vader book, and like we were split between Vader and Aphra, and it's like, oh, stop going back to this character. Go back to Vader, please. I mean, like, you know, I kind of liked the one. Actually, no. Tell a lie, I liked a couple of scenes she was in. There was one scene where she was like, whenever she's interacting with the droids, that's good. I like that. I like her interactions with the two, like, the evil R2-D2 and C-3PO. I like her interactions with those two. That's funny. I actually got a kick out of that, but that was more because of the droids than her, but, you know. That was fun. And also, I think she bumped into this old clone trooper at some point, and they had like an old clone trooper rifle hung up on the wall. And she passes a comment about the clone trooper and asking about Padme Amidala, and the clone trooper talks about Padme for a bit. I think, like I said, if all of that was not recalled correctly, I haven't gone and read all 4 of the Darth Vader volumes before doing this, so like, if my memory's a little fuzzy, correct me in the comments. Don't start hating on me and calling me a racist and everything, or sexist bigot, you know. Could just be I'm recalling things incorrectly, or like, you know, like I said, you know, I signed up to that book for Vader, so I was a bit disappointed that it kept windmilling back and forth. But anyway, the Darth Vader books were good. Not too sure about the new one. I haven't been picking up the new one, but Thrawn's good, and it makes me hopeful that other Legends characters will be brought back in comics. I think we all know 2 Sith I'm hoping for. One starts with a R, the other starts with an S. Disney, can you see if you can figure it out? I mean, you've been dropping hints at the one for quite a while in your movies. There was a base named after him, and then the whole business in Last Jedi with people going reverse grip on the lightsaber. Yeah. So, yeah. But Thrawn, this has infinitely made me respect Thrawn so much more as a character. Because I never saw him in Legends, because I didn't read much of the novels. I'm not a novel reader. I'll read comics, but novels, I have to really like the novel to read it. You know, it has to really pull me in, otherwise I'm going to get bored and put it down and never pick it back up. It's what happened with one of the Alex Rider books. I read Crocodile Tears, I enjoyed Crocodile Tears, but the one after that, it was a really slow starter. I'll talk about that book another time, and Crocodile Tears as well, and like maybe in a Bond video I'll talk about that. I'm getting wildly off topic right now. This how long has this video been going for? Jesus Christ, 17 minutes. Bloody hell. I'm gonna. You know what, guys? I'm gonna scrap my original plan of doing all of them, because if I do pieces like that for each one, we are going to be here a long time. But, okay, so this is going to be the Thrawn and Star Wars comics discussion video. Next video, I will be looking at Old Man Logan. Did I just say Logan? It's Old Man Hawkeye, issue 2. I can read. Don't. I made a mistake. Okay, yeah, I've legit decided I'm just gonna play a few seconds of Only Human there. Yeah, okay. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.